Yo,
What's
yo.
going on, YouTube? What's going on, Instagram? Man, we are back again with another video. We are your host. I know we've been gone for 2 weeks. We got Nico, we got Zell here, man. We're gonna go over the top 10 QBs going
Hmm.
into the 2025 NFL season. We also gonna go into the top 10 wide receivers going into the season too. And we're gonna talk about a little bit of some other things, some other news circling around the league as well. But what's up, Nico? Man, how you feeling?
Man, I'm doing good. Hope everyone had a good, safe Fourth of July. Condolences to everyone that's going through it here in Texas, in Central Texas, with the flood and everything. So definitely, have people's people's families and stuff in your thoughts tonight and all that. So, but other than that, man, I'm getting excited. I know we got the Hall of Fame game at the end of this month.
Oh,
So teams are going to be going back to practice soon and everything. So it's man, we're if I feel renewed and ready for the new season. Ready for the new season.
I I know, man. It's been a long. It's been really been a short off season, but I'm ready for some football. I'm ready for some football to start, and it's time, man. My Commanders. We finally had a good season. I'm ready to see what the JD5's next season is looking like. I'm just
Yeah.
ready, man. I'm just ready to see. I would do anything to watch any type of football right now. It doesn't matter who's playing. But
Have you
I'm
been
just ready.
watching the UIL or not UIL the that other league,
Oh, the
the
XFL.
UFL, the XFL? Yeah.
I have actually. They just finished their championship game because
Hmm.
DC Defenders. I'm actually a little bit of a fan of the DC Defenders because the DC
Okay.
Washington Redskins and stuff. But yeah, they just won the championship and everything. So that was actually a really entertaining game. But ever since then, I haven't really been watching no football, so it's kind of been a little bit bland. But when
Yeah.
that Hall of Fame game comes on, I'm gonna be tuned in,
All
tuned in,
right.
ready to
All
go.
right. Let's go ahead and let's jump into our lists.
Yeah, man. All right, You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I mean, yeah, let's take turns. We
Okay.
can go one. I'll start with my number one, and then you go with agree or not, whatever, and then you tell me your two, and we can go back and forth like that. But at the top of my list, the number one quarterback going into this season, is gonna be the one, and obviously. I don't know if we should still be calling him Baby Goat at this point, but it is Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I mean he's still the dog. He's still the top quarterback. That's a that. So there's that
Yeah.
there.
So I got at my number one. I got the same man. He underperformed in the Super Bowl. He's motivated. I mean, not that he's not motivated every season, but I really think he's going to come into this season, trying to snap, trying to
Hmm.
go for it all. And we'll see. But I think he's going to like have one of his great seasons, kind of like he had his sophomore year when he threw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. I think that's what he's going to be, type of time he's going to be on. So I got him as the number one. When Patrick Mahomes is at his best, he's the best quarterback in the league, and I think
For sure.
he's going to be at his best this upcoming
And
season.
and and also, the it seems that Travis Kelsey's rejuvenated. And it
Mhm.
seems like he's also focused, and looks like he has that chip. So I mean, that's just contagious, right? So
Right.
for sure. Hmm. Who's your number two?
They also get Rasheed Rice back, but my
Oh,
number
they
two.
they and they get Rashid Rice. Yes, yes.
Yep. My number two, man. I got Lamar Jackson. I got Lamar Jackson. I
Hmm.
thought, me personally, I thought he won. He should have won MVP last season. Um, 40 touchdowns, 4,000 yards, almost 1,000 yards rushing. Only four picks. Like that's crazy numbers. But I got him at number two. When it comes to the playoffs, we'll see. He kind of takes a slight step back, in my opinion. Not really too far back, but he hasn't produced like he does in the regular season the same way he does in the playoffs. But regular season, I got him and my number two spot. He always performs during the regular season. I expect him to have similar numbers as he did last season. So, and he's coming off a first team All Pro year. So,
Yeah, and they also got a D Hop. Now I don't now D Hop showed that he wasn't the same D Hop as before. However, I think he'll bring some
yeah,
stability, some leadership to that wide receiver room, which is
right,
something they definitely need. And maybe he can help the young guys, you know, learn
exactly.
to be a little bit more consistent. So, then, yeah, yeah. Well, I'll just say, for me, the third, um, my third guy, the person I got in third is Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is, well, actually.
Uh
I might
oh,
have to.
you
I
making a
might have to.
change?
I might have
Oh,
to make an audible as I'm talking it because I realized that I have a certain person right below him, and I think he's gonna be better. And so I'm gonna actually move up Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is going to be number three for sure. They managed to keep, the two weapons. Say what we want to say about the Bengals and everything that's going
mm-hmm.
on there, but they kept the offense at least right.
Right.
So and he was breaking records and having an incredible career year last year. So I don't see why he can't do that again if not much has changed for the worse on the offensive side.
I mean, you are completely correct. Um, I got Joe Burrow in my three too. And did you had Lamar Jackson at your two
Yeah,
as well?
yeah,
Yeah, I got Joe Burrow at my three. Man, he's going to be on the field a lot. That's what factored to my part. I really think he has a chance to be number one, but his team overall, I think, isn't going to be as good as the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bills, the Eagles. They're not going to be up there just because of that defense, but he's going to have a lot of opportunity to put impact. Stat his numbers, stat pad, whatever you want to
yeah.
call it. I think he's going to have a lot of touchdowns. He's going to have a lot of yards. Bringing back T. Higgins and having Jamar Chase is a big step. So as long as he's healthy, I expect him to have a really big year. Like these top four quarterbacks, of course, they're really interchangeable.
Yeah.
But I think this year, I think Joe Burrow is going to take a different step as long as he's healthy, of course.
Hmm.
This year, so I got him at number three.
Yeah. Who you got at four? Josh Allen, I'm assuming.
At four, man. Yep, I got Josh Allen. I got Josh Allen. I just think like he's really good. Again, these top four can be very interchangeable. Um,
Yeah.
I just think they didn't do enough to really bring him weapons. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, they got Keon Coleman. He's coming into his second year. You can expect him to take a step. But like he needs receivers in my mind. I mean, I just think he'll be on the same level as last year and possibly take a step back, in my opinion. I feel like I don't understand how they didn't since Stephon Diggs left. I just don't understand how they didn't like get a real number one wide receiver for him since he left. I just don't understand how they haven't drafted one, they haven't traded for one. But I think that'll start to impact his play, like because he still doesn't have an elite roster in my mind. Like he has pieces, but he doesn't have an elite roster like a lot of teams do, like the Lions, Eagles. So we'll see, but I got him at number four right now. He can't go any lower than number four right now. So that's where I got him right now.
I would. I kind of agree. Like I don't know if they've done enough to his roster. I
Hmm.
mean, the one thing I say is they got great offensive line. I really like their offensive line. And this is gonna really show because what they're showing us is that they believe in their development, especially their wide receiver development. Because Keenan Coleman, he has glimpses and he did, pretty good. But then also have Khalil Shakir still over there, who I think they believe is going to be their deep threat weapon. And then they
Right.
still have Kincaid, I believe, right?
Yeah, they
So,
still have Dalton Kincaid.
so,
Yep.
so, 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 like that's a solid, he's not a number one receiver, like a number one wide receiver, but he's definitely a
Yeah.
number one target. Uh, and then the running back situation, I think that's where they kind of, as you said, didn't do enough to address. Because from what I've seen a lot of times now, a lot of these teams are starting to kind of create like a two running back system, and it seems like that's kind of where we're heading a little bit. And so they're having issues. I don't know if they ended up signing James Cook. I don't know what happened with that situation. I know there was some like uh, there was like a mini issue, but I don't know if they've solved it or not yet. So they still need to kind of figure that out. And again, this is going to be a sophomore year for those two wide receivers. So now defenses have tape on them, and defenses are going to be a little bit better prepared. So they didn't bring in like I don't think they needed to bring in a number one, but at least bring in a wide receiver or someone with like a name that can maybe help distract a little bit, like how you guys did. You guys brought in Debo Samuel to help distract and get some eyes off of McLaurin.
Mhm.
So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
We got a comment from Lincoln. He brings up a good point, man. I actually did hear about that radio show when the Bills GM was on a radio show. I think with one of the local radio hosts that covers the Bills. And they were pretty much like, asking the GM like, why haven't we done anything as far as the receiver in the draft? And the GM was kind of getting frustrated about that. He was bringing up points like this has been a top offense. Like they've been on long streaks and stuff like that, even without a legit number one wide receiver. But I see both sides of it. Like I'm at the point where Josh Allen has an MVP. He's already considered a top tier quarterback in the league. Why not give him as many weapons as you possibly can? Um, they always have a top offense, right? But it just feels like if they had that legit number one wide receiver, they'll take a next step. Like their offense will really be unstoppable in my mind.
Hmm.
But I guess the GM doesn't really think that's necessary because he said stuff like I'm paraphrasing here. He was mentioning
Okay.
how good the offense was without a top tier wide receiver, and like their scoring streak, how many consecutive weeks they put up points, and that's all good and dandy. But when you get in the playoffs, you need playmakers. You need guys that
Yeah.
can get separation and make plays to make it easier on Josh Allen. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm gonna
And
go ahead
like,
and go ahead.
what's interesting off of that is I wonder if he's saying if he said that just off of last year, or if he said like in the past. Did he say like past couple of years?
This was this year. This was right after the draft.
Okay, but
If
like
I'm not
okay.
mistaken, I'm pretty
So he was
yeah,
just
I think this
referencing
was
that
right after the draft.
this past year, they had a top
Yeah.
offense without a number. Okay, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, besides this past year, they had a top wide receiver in Stephon Diggs.
No, no, no.
So
Stephon Diggs wasn't with the Bills last season.
no, I know that's what
Stephon
I'm saying. That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like if he's saying where we never had a top one wide receiver and our offense has always been good, or has been
Oh
good
yeah,
ever
yeah.
since Josh Allen. It's like, well, no, not necessarily. You guys had Josh Allen, then you guys went and got Stephon Diggs from the Vikings because
Yeah.
he needed a number one. Things
Like
have,
even
you know.
even when they had Stephon Diggs, I feel like their chemistry, like Stephon Diggs is a really good wide receiver, but I feel like their chemistry didn't match each other. I still feel like they needed another piece or a gadget guy,
Hmm.
but they didn't have
Hmm.
that. And I don't know. I don't know what that situation is, but Lincoln also put he's trying to build the defense, which makes sense. They're not trying to end up like the Bengals, but I don't know, man. Like it's a
Yeah.
give and take league. You can't fix
Eh,
every problem. At some point, these quarterbacks are going like Lamar Jackson. He's going to have to. He doesn't have a legit wide receiver room, but he's had legit defenses almost every year of his career. And it's like at some point you have to be good to the point where you're the difference. You're the difference maker in the room. You're not going to have a team like the Eagles where you're stacked at everything. The Eagles are stacked at everything. Jalen Hurts is in one of the greatest positions you could be in, but sometimes you got to be a Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, like outside of his like first Super Bowl, His next two Super Bowls, he didn't have great wide receivers outside of Tyreek Hill. Like he didn't have he's had an all-time tight end, but he kind of had to make do with what he had. And he kind of had to be
Hmm.
that difference maker. He kind of had to be the one to extend plays and make people miss and go run for the first down and throw a pass when you're getting tackled. Like that's the at some point, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are just going to have to make do with what they have because you're not going to always be in the perfect situation every year. Like that's just
They
not
need to
it's it.
have they need to have a solid receiver, either a wide receiver
Yeah.
or it be a tight end. Then
Hmm.
after that, then you I don't want to say like mediocre or anything, but like you can have like you know like if I'm thinking Madden ratings, because that's how my head kind of works, like you can have 85s wherever, right? 85s and lower,
Yeah.
wherever, as long as you got a solid 90 either in the wide receiver room or in the tight end, at least one. So,
Hmm. We'll see. We'll see how it
yeah.
turns out. I still
Yeah.
expect him to be good. That's why I got him in my
Hmm.
top four. But going on to my number five,
Hmm.
we talked about this in the group chat. You already
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is a number five. He burst on the scene last season. His coming out game was against the Bengals, and he didn't look back. I mean, at some point last season, he was being discussed in the MVP race. So then you take the same offense that he had last season, and you add Debo Samuel, you add Laramie Tunsil, um,
Hmm.
and as long as we bring back, uh, Terry McLaurin, we'll be at least a little bit better offensively last season. That's my expectation. Now, granted, we are playing better competition this year. We're playing like the Packers at their place. We're
Hmm.
playing like the Vikings and that defense. We're playing the Chargers. We're playing the Chiefs. We're going to be playing our you know competition, but I do expect this team to take a leap. I do expect Jaden Daniels to continue to improve. He has another year now with Cliff Kingsbury. All our coaching staff is bringing back. Usually, when you have a team reach the NFC Championship, that's rare that every single coach, running backs coach, wide receivers coaches, linemen coaches, quarterback coach, they all stay. That's pretty rare, especially when you were in top four offensive team. That's kind of rare. So I think all that encompassing, he'll take even further steps. So I got him at number five right now. But yeah, who do you got at number five? I kind of think I know who you got at number five, but
You're the only guy to beat him. The only guy that has beaten JD5, and that is Jalen Hurts. That's the only person I got ahead of him, and kind of similar in the sense of his offense hasn't really changed. There hasn't
hmm
been much turnover. They actually retained Saquon and everything. So, I think he's going to continue to excel and be whatever that offense needs him to do. He's going to do it. Um, and and yeah, so and then right after that, for me, number six, JD5. The only reason, I mean, we've only had 1 year of JD5.
right.
Now I have high expectations. I definitely have high expectations.
hmm
He has all the tools to be great. He has all the tools to pull. I think he's one of the first people since Patrick Mahomes that we can say, look, in year two, if he shows that he has this figured out, and like how you said, everyone's coming back and everyone's buying in, they could make the Super Bowl, right?
hmm
Where like and something else about your team that I don't think a lot of people bring in light to is the amount of work you guys also did on the defensive side. I like the veteran plays in the cornerback room. I like how you guys kind of got a little bit younger on the defensive line, and you guys were a top
Yeah.
rushing defense. So
Oh,
I
you talk
like the
about the
moves.
Commanders?
Yeah, right.
No, 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 no. I think you must got us confused. We were bottom three
Oh, you were
rushing
bottom three.
defense.
Oh my goodness. Let me
We were
let me
bottom
take that
three
back.
rushing
I
defense last
apologize.
year, man. Our rushing defense was Saquon Barkley 3 games. Guess how many
Yeah,
yards he had against us? Three
I think you
games.
said like 300 something.
No, damn near 600 yards in 3 games. That's damn near 200 yards a game, bro.
Holy shit. Yeah. Well,
Like
I don't
this is
know.
getting it's
I
getting out of
still couldn't
hand.
even. Yeah. And that's and that's the thing. Like the only team that I can see that can really give you guys. or standing in your way is the Eagles. I think you guys have a clear shot and can beat almost anyone. But the only team that I can see that's like has your guys' numbers and is kind of gets under your guys' skin
Hmm.
is the Eagles, and that's the only reason why I got them ahead. But JD5 is next. I think it's gonna be incredible. I'm really excited to see him. But I just this he's only got 1 year. I want to see year two. If he shows greatness in year two, then I'm ready to um, potentially move him above.
So I agree that we should be at least second in our division, but the Cowboys, man, they looking a little different too. I know I'm getting off topic, but they got George Pickens. You know how I feel about George Pickens, man. He's as
Yeah.
long as he can keep his, he has problems, temper tantrums and stuff like that, which is going to
Hmm.
happen. But when he's not throwing them temper tantrums, bro, and you getting him the ball, he's a special wide receiver, in my opinion. But at number six, though, I got Jalen Hurts. I got Jalen Hurts at number
Oh,
six. And it's interchangeable. The only reason why people don't put Jaden Daniels at 5 or 6 or anywhere in that range because he's only had it for 1 year. He's only been in the league for 1 year. And I understand that. Like I can't make a argument, but I know me knowing my team and me knowing my quarterback. I know, and most of the Commanders fans, we know like this isn't like a one hit wonder. Like watching him play and don't seeing the things that he did with this type of team that he had around him, like this isn't like, oh, we got to see him do him again. This is just who he is, and it's only going to get
mhm.
better from here because we're going to improve the roster. But I understand you putting him at 6 or 7, whatever you put him at. But I got Jalen Hurts at 6 right now. Jalen Hurts, he's the best game managing quarterback in the league. Take that as you will, or what that means. He's the best game manager and quarterback in the league. He does exactly what the offensive coordinator wants him to do, and he does it at a high level. That being said, in my opinion, he isn't the most talented quarterback in the league. He's just a really great leader, and he can play the position really really well. That's why I got him at 6. But he can do a lot of everything. You know, he can run, he can pass, and he most of the time, I believe he makes the right decisions. Now, if you're playing him, you're going to want to make him force him to throw because they got Saquon Barkley back there and they have a great O line. So you got to kind of pick your poison. But I expect the Eagles to have another great year. I expect them to make the playoffs, and when it comes to the playoffs, I expect them to perform really well. So I got him at
Okay.
number 6.
Who you got
Um,
at seven?
Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, I got at number 7.
Mm.
Going into the 2025 season,
Okay.
they brought in Devontae Adams to go ahead and pair with
Mm-hmm.
Puka Nakua, and they still got Tutu Atwell. Um,
Mm.
I expect them to be really, really good. That defense is young and it's improving, so I expect them to be really, really good. And they usually play the Eagles really well. The Eagles was the best team last season, in my opinion, by far. Honestly, if you really want to
Mm-hmm.
be honest, um, and they played them really really well in the playoffs. They had a chance to win that game down late. Granted, it was a snow game, so when it's snowing, it's kind of like anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? But they played them the best out of any team in the playoffs. Better than the Chiefs, better than the Commanders, better than the Packers. They played them the best. They had the best chance to win that game. And I expect
Yeah.
more of it. You're adding another weapon from Matthew Stafford, a supreme route runner in Devontae Adams. So I got him at number 7.
Okay. I'm just trying to see. Okay. Um, I have at number seven a guy that you talked highly of, Baker Mayfield. I've actually put Baker Mayfield at seven, because kind of the same like with Stafford. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean that wide receiver room, packed. You got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Ibuka from Ohio State,
And McMillan,
and McMillan. Mm.
who was
And,
I think he's going into his
oh,
second year. He
in
was
his
solid,
second
lad.
year.
Like that vibe, yeah.
That wide receiver room is nasty.
It's the best
And
in the league.
and you still got I think they still got both running backs if I'm not mistaken.
Bucky
Uh,
Irvin. Yep.
Bucky Irving who blew up, and so like that offense is in a prime, very good spot. I just looked it up because I wanted to see. The only thing that maybe is a thing of concern, just a slight thing of concern, is that who was it? Was it the Jaguars have the Bucks OC from last year. So that's the only little hiccup
Oh,
that
Liam
could be.
Cohen. I think
Hmm.
Liam Cohen. Yeah.
Duval. So
Duval.
so that might be the only hiccup there. But man, that Buccaneers team I think it's flying under the radar. A lot of people are not talking about how stacked that wide receiver room is. So yeah, and then that brings me to eight, which it's ironic because you have Stafford at seven and I have Stafford at eight. The only reason is
Yeah.
because while they're kind of in the same position, where they got a great wide receiver room. Unfortunately for me, I'm being a little ageist in this instance. Um, Devontae Adams, while I'm sure can still put up good numbers and everything, he's a little older. I have just Tutu. Tutu is still pretty young, but he's kind of in the middle. And then the other thing is, I don't think they got a dual running back. Now they got a great running back, but I don't know who their second running back is off the top of my head as of right now.
Hmm.
So that's the
I
only
don't
reason
know
why I
either.
got them eight.
That's a that's a good question. I would like to know who is their second running back.
Because they
That's I know they
drafted Blake
got because
Corum. They
yeah, I know
got
they
Blake
got
Corum, right?
yeah, they got Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. Which are they're kind of the same type running back in my opinion. Like Kyron Williams is a very good starting running back. He's in the top 15 ish, top 16 ish starting running backs in the league. But is he like a speed back or is he a power back? He's kind of a little bit of both, right?
I think he's a little bit of both, maybe
Yeah.
slightly more on the power, but
And
he
Blake Corum isn't really speed either. He's a little bit of both, and he's undersized. I think he's more of like a power back, but he's not like he's only power because he can squeeze into tight spaces, and he's stout. He
so
can kind of
elusive. He
yeah
can
he's
kind of yeah.
yeah, but he's definitely not speed. He's not known for his speed, in my opinion.
No, 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 no.
So that's what I'm saying. Like usually in my mind, when I'm thinking about good running back rooms, I'm thinking about a good power back and a good speed back.
Yeah.
And maybe either one is a good at receiving as well. So I can see what you're saying. But
Hmm.
they got Tyler Higbee at
Tight
tight
end.
end too. So we'll see.
But he's
We'll
a little
see.
older, but
Yeah.
again, like yeah. I mean, so is the others, like Mike Evans and all them, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Then Stafford is a little bit older, Baker's a little bit younger.
Yeah,
So
I got Baker at eight, so I see what we're doing. We interchanged our
that's
five and
funny.
six, and we interchanged our seven and eight. I got
That's
Baker at same reasons. Crazy because Chris Godwin signed for 22 million, and I
yeah.
think the Patriots offered him like 30 something at least or
Yeah, we don't even
30.
talk about that. Yeah. That's fine.
So
It's
that no,
all
no,
fine.
but for real though, that goes to show you how much he really wants to play with Baker, and how much that organization is over there, how much it means to him. So for him to stay and
Yeah.
take almost 10 million less speaks volumes to what they got going on over there. But after Baker at number nine, I got CJ Stroud. I got CJ Stroud. Um,
Mm.
People like to say he had a sophomore slump. I don't see it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see a sophomore slump. When you actually like look at his situation, it makes sense. It's not a sophomore slump. It's more like an offensive slump. And that's why the offensive coordinator is not there anymore. His offensive line underperformed. He had one of the worst offensive lines in the league last season. Outside of Laramie Tunsil. And when Laramie Tunsil was out there, he was getting penalized heavily, jumping. He had a lot of false starts in the last two seasons, actually. So that's something that he got to clean up. But
Yeah.
with that being said, all three of his starting wide receivers missed significant time last season. Stephon Diggs
Hmm.
tore his ACL, missed the whole season almost. Tank Dell went down on a gruesome injury. Nico Collins missed a few weeks as well with his injury. So when you couple in all his wide receivers going down at some point and a bad O line, it makes sense why he regressed. Now is with that being said, they still won two a playoff game, and they had a good chance at beating the Chiefs in that playoff game because of that defense is really good. And that defense got better this offseason, mind you. They added CJ, GJ, and they still got them young guys over there at cornerback.
Hmm.
So if they can get their offensive line situated and they can get a little bit healthy in that wide receiver room, they might have beat the Chiefs and went to the Super Bowl last year, despite how he
Hmm.
played in the regular season. And if they would have made the Super Bowl, would we have been saying he had a sophomore slump? Probably not. The narrative would have been a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So I expect them to be better as long as they are a little bit better, or at least the middle of the pack when it comes to offensive line. So we'll see. But I got him at number 9, man, going into the 2025 season.
I feel that. And I can't believe I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't even have I really didn't have him on my radar. Um, Only because
A lot
like
of people don't. Yeah.
I think he is definitely a top 10 quarterback. I just don't think he has maybe enough weapons to be there at number 9. Um, just because who did they really have besides Nico Collins right now? Now, his favorite player, one of his favorite targets besides Nico, and the person that was really coming out who was young was Tank Dell. But now he's got that injury that he's gonna miss a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, Dalton Schultz is the top tight end, but you know, he's I don't know. He's like a nice down check kind of guy. Maybe having Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon in there might help. He has Christian Kirk, so I mean I can't lose track of that. So that Nico Collins, Christian Kirk. I mean it just depends which kind of Kirk we get. If we get the one from the Jaguars, I don't know.
I want to see
And
that's not to cut you off, but I wanted
go ahead.
Christian Kirk to actually come to the Commanders. I wanted
Yeah.
Christian Kirk to be our slot. I wanted Debo Samuels to be our gadget guy, and I wanted Terry McLaurin to be our X receiver. That's what I wanted, but he went over there to play with CJ, I guess.
So my number 9 is I got Bo Nix. I put Bo
That's a good
Nix
pick.
in
That's
there.
a good pick.
I think he showed really good. He was doing really good. Another year with Sean Payton. They got some more weapons. They got the tight end Evan Engram. Um, they got Dobbins over there. Kind of the same situation. Like Houston and Denver are kind of in the same boat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They both got young quarterbacks with a lot of potential. They're trying to figure out the second someone to help out in the second tier with the running game, and then they just got
RJ
to figure out
Harvey.
the right RJ Harvey.
So it looks like RJ Harvey is
Yeah.
going to be the starter. The
Hmm.
running back that they just drafted, he has speed to him, but he can also play power. He's a dual, like he can play power. He has speed. He can also block pretty well as well. He can kind of do a lot of different things. But J.K. Dobbins at this point, um, he just can't be the blunt of the carries. He can't take, in my mind, like um, all of the carries away. That's why I
Exactly.
think
No, and I there's not many that can nowadays, especially as they're extending or adding in more games and stuff like that. Like this is why this league is turning more into a two running back, kind of league. Like you see the teams that are doing good, they have two main running backs. So, um, yeah, I just like the Broncos there for some reason. So I've got Knicks at 9, and
I,
then 10. Go ahead, or do you want?
before you go to 10, the only
Mm,
reason why I didn't put Bo Nix in my top 10, I kind of got him like my 11 to 12 range, is
yeah.
because I don't. I feel like they didn't do enough in the wide receiver room. They got Cortland Sutton, but outside of Cortland Sutton,
Yeah.
there's really nobody I can really depend on.
Evan
And
Ingram.
even
Evan Ingram. You can
Evan
pick that up.
Ingram, yeah, but that's their tight end. And what type of Evan Ingram are you going to get? You know, like
That's
he's
fair.
he's he's solid, but and he can have a really good year. But Cortland Sutton is like a top what 15 wide receiver, maybe 16. And then
Yeah, yeah.
outside of him, if he's even top 15, and then outside of him, they got Marvin Mims, Devon Vile, and it's just like I don't know. I don't know. I think Bo Nix is really good, but
Hmm.
how good is he gonna look? That's all. But go ahead, number 10.
Yeah, yeah. And then number 10, uh, and that's the thing, like 9 and 10, and like you even said 11 and 12. Those are, I feel like these are the quarterbacks that can kind of be interchanged because they're
Yeah.
not gonna have, everything there. There's gonna
Hmm.
be something missing. But needless to say, at number 10, to surprise some people, I have Trevor Lawrence. I have Trevor Lawrence
Okay.
at
Oh, we're
number
going
10.
into the 25 season.
We're
I can
going
see why
into,
you would. I can see why you would say that. I can see why you would say that.
yeah. I mean, Brian Thomas down there. Uh, they added, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now. Um, what's his name? The
Oh,
first pick.
the wide receiver slash DB they drafted. I can't think of his name right now either. I don't
Yeah,
even lie to
wow,
you.
I suck.
I just it's skipping my mind honestly, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, man, I gotta look it up. Or yeah,
Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. Thank you, thank you. You got
Oh, they
Travis
actually have a
Hunter, and
solid wide receiver room.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the Jaguars, if they can put it together, right? Especially, I mean, Liam Cohen. I know the way he came in, but if they can put it together, I think they have a low key, pretty solid team. They got a solid 1 and 2 punch in the running back room with Travis Etienne and Tank. Um,
But
but
they're
we
kind of the
gotta see.
same backs. That's what I don't understand to me. Like I feel like they're similar backs. Like when you take one out, you're putting one in.
Hmm.
In my opinion, I might be wrong, but when you take Travis Etienne out, you're putting Tank Bisbee in. That's the same type of back. Like honestly, obviously they can give each other a breather, but when you're taking out a guy, let's say you have Travis Etienne for first and second down, you
Yeah,
bring in Tank Bigsby in for third down. That's the same type of back. Like both of them are like elusive type speed type backs in my opinion, but
yeah.
we'll see. I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's
Go
it.
ahead.
No, no, no. That's like goes to the coaching, and that kind of like shows you a little bit. The coaches are either going to say, "Look, we are going to be a team that can adapt," or we're going to play our style, and we're just going to be good at our own style, no matter what, right? So, like for instance, Jaguars, yeah, it's the same running back, but like how you said, ETN gets me 3 yards in the first down. ETN again, give me another 3 more yards in the second. Now I'm what, third and four right now, right? From the from a first down. Then now I put in Tank. He can maybe give me another 3 yards, or maybe even maybe stretch out a fourth right there, and I'm fourth and one right there with two running backs. So like I always love having power backs, and for me, you can never have too many of those because this game is about inches. And some people choose speed. I'm a big man, so I'm always gonna choose power.
Okay.
But I got
Um,
respect for speed. I got respect for speed too, but I will always choose.
At my number 10, I got Jordan Love. I got Jordan Love at number 10.
mm,
Um, I mean, he's on a good team. I mean, the Packers are really
yeah,
good. Um, they got a wide receiver in the first round. Come on, they don't do that. Matthew Golden, so he got his wide receiver one. Um, hopefully his other wide receivers can show up as well, and they still got that running back that they got. So I'm expecting a lot out of Jordan Love
Josh
this season.
Jacobs.
Honestly, Josh Jacobs, yeah, I'm expecting a lot out of Jordan Love this season. So I got him at number 10 to round out my top 10 QBs going into 2025.
And again, and for me, I would have like CJ Stroud 11, and I would have had Jordan Love at 12. So
Mhm.
that 9 through 12, you can really
It's
just.
funny that neither of us. So typically, neither of us had Jared Goff in our top 12.
I don't. You and I. We don't trust the
Even though
dude.
he had a great season last season,
Yeah. No.
going into 2025, we don't have him in our top 12.
He's had good. He's had solid two good seasons, but I just don't trust the dude. I'm sorry. I
I don't
know
trust
that
him either,
Lions
man.
fans hate me for this. They're always gonna get mad, and I get it because they're loyal. And hey, power to you. But I just don't trust golf. And if
Yeah.
I'm trying to win a Super Bowl, I'm sorry. He is not the guy. He is not the guy. He's he's folded twice. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. So,
I don't have
uh,
no. I mean, listen. Um, Lincoln said no love for golf. Golf, Jay would be disappointed.
yeah.
Listen, Golf is a good quarterback. He's a solid QB. Granted, he said haters. Granted,
We are haters
they
for that. Yes.
lost the mastermind of their plan, right?
Mm,
And they also lost their defensive coordinator. Um, and they also lost a key piece to their offensive line who retired this offseason. I just don't like Golf hasn't showed me that he could be consistent and good. Even though he had a great offensive team last season, it's no reason he should have thrown.
apparently.
There's no reason he should have thrown two picks and had a fumble against the Commanders. It's no way the Commanders should have beat the Lions last season. It's just no way. It's no way. Like that
Eh,
pick that he threw to where he threw that pick six, he just missed.
mhm,
And he was like, and then like he didn't even miss. He missed the read underneath the tight end was wide open, and he threw a pick six.
mhm.
And then he threw another pick at the end. Like I just don't trust him, and I think they're going to take me personally. I think they're going to our offense is going to take a slight step back, going into next season, and I think they're going to be more run heavy, and that's my opinion. I think they're going to rely on Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery to kind of lead that team, and I think his numbers are going to dip just a little bit. And I just think they're going to take a step back. That's why I have my top 15, but I'm my top 12.
I got him in top 15, yeah, but and a lot of the same. I would echo a lot of the same things you said. The only thing that, and this is gonna raise some eyebrows. He is in a similar position as Jalen Hurts. All right, he is on a solid, stacked offensive team. Right at every position. The difference for me, and I don't know how else to explain it, and I know, and obviously it's like a shot, but it's like confidence. Like
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts knows he's on a great team, has the weapons, but he just seemed like he is just like confident in managing the team, managing, game management or whatever. He just always looked like he is confident and is doing what he needs to do. Jalen Goff looks like he's the type of guy that he needs he needs the coach, the offensive coach, to believe in him and talk to him, and
Yeah,
or he's gonna follow what the offensive coach is gonna say. He's not gonna really audible and try to do his own thing or even
yeah,
call his own number. Like if the play breaks down, it breaks down. I don't see him figuring out how to really save it in a positive way. Where that's where Jalen Hurts is a little different. Like the play breaks down, he can at least run and he's gonna do something, right? Whereas Jared Goff, he's I don't know. It's just a thing of confidence. Like he
yeah.
doesn't.
He's. It seems like he lacks self confidence because when he plays bad, he plays bad.
Yeah.
But it seems like the littlest, like the smallest thing can mess up his entire game.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
and he just can't bounce back after that.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, so that rounds out our top 10. You want to go through the wide receivers? Just the
yeah,
same
let's
way we did?
quickly. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's run through these wide receivers because we got
hey,
15 minutes left.
we got
Um,
15. Uh, do you want to
you,
save it and talk about other things? Because I don't
Yeah,
know.
we could save it. We could save it for next week. We could save it for next week. That'll be a good topic to start out with next week.
Okay.
So yeah, we can definitely. We can definitely save it for next week. Breaking news though, well, slightly breaking
Okay.
news. Um, what was his name?
Who?
The Steelers' old running back
Najee
that plays with
Harris.
the yeah. Supposedly,
Oh, I saw that.
he was having a little situation with the fireworks,
Mm,
and it's been rumors going around that he's partially blind in one eye. We don't know if that's true or not. I guess his agent did come out and kind of set the record straight and say he has a superficial eye injury or
that's what I heard.
situation
Yeah.
going on, and he should be ready by the start of training camp. But after seeing what Jason Pierre-Paul went through, you would think NFL players would be a little bit more um,
On the
careful
Joku. Yeah.
around fireworks. And in Joku, yeah, was that fireworks? It was
No,
fireworks.
that was something
Oh,
else.
okay,
But I know it was with fire.
okay,
Like I think it was barbecue. I'm not sure. I'm not.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's that. Also, Terry McLaurin still has not signed, and I'm kind of
What's
upset about
happening
it. But
there? Is
um,
it just is
I'm
it
not
like you're
honestly,
not worried?
honestly, I'm not worried. To be
Okay.
on, like to be completely honest, I'm not really worried. I he did this 3 years or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago when he was trying to get his contract extension. I think they're just it's just part of the business. Like they're going through the motions on the whole thing. They're trying to this team is trying to see how much money they can save, and because we probably gonna have to pay Jaden Daniels a shitload of money when it comes up to it,
Yeah.
and then when it's the numbers. I feel like the team wants to pay him like 30, but Terry wants 35, and they're just trying to figure out.
Is it the money?
Um,
Is it just money, or is it also how many years?
so that's the thing. We don't know. None of that information has come out. It might be the money. It might be the years. Terry might want another year. But I think it'll get done. I think it'll get done. Like this team knows that if we not going into the season with Terry, like that's setting back your franchise quarterback. That's you want him to improve. You want him to grow through his years in the league, and not having his number one wide receiver is a setback, and
Hmm.
it's not going to play out well usually when that happens. So I think it'll get done. I think my opinion, I think he's going to get somewhere around, I want to say 34 a
Okay.
year. It's going to be like 3 years, 34, average 34 a year.
Yeah,
33, 34 a year in my opinion.
that sounds
And he
reasonable.
rightfully should get that amount. That'll probably make him what, the third highest paid wide receiver behind Chase and Jefferson. Doesn't mean he's the third best wide receiver. It's just that it's
No.
time for him to get paid. Like it's the market.
Yeah.
When CD Lamb, it's time for CD Lamb to get paid again. When it's time for AJ Brown to get paid again, they're going to get more. But right
Look,
now, I feel
Calvin
like that's what he
Ridley and
deserves.
Christian Kirk got paid, so
Yeah.
hey.
So
At
exactly.
one point,
So
yeah.
yeah. So
Well, let
that
me
that's
let me ask you this because we didn't get to talk about it last week. Um, the Steelers move, the the move that they made, the trade with the Dolphins. How do you feel about that? Ramsey to the Steelers and Fitzpatrick to the Dolphins. Does that change? Does that significantly improve either team?
I don't get it.
What did? Okay.
So I don't really. So do the Steelers are the Steelers expecting to play him at safety? Is that what they're going to do?
I
Um,
don't know. I mean, look up and see.
like I just don't see why they would get rid of Minka. Now I don't follow the Steelers like that, honestly, but I just don't see why they would get rid of Minka. In all honesty, it just didn't. It just doesn't make sense to me. But in my mind, I feel like they're the same type players. Um,
Jaden
I know they
Ramsey
got
would be a
Joey Porter.
nickelback.
Yeah, I know they got Joey Porter at cornerback, and the
Yeah,
other side,
it's
um,
Darius
I f-
Slay.
yeah, Darius Slay. So I don't think he's going to start over either one of those players, in my opinion. I think they're going to want to play him at safety, which is where they have Minka Fitzpatrick. And if that's the case, then they are in win now mode. But I still feel like it's a very even trade. Like it's that's why none. I don't think and nothing came over. It was literally a player for player trade because it's a very even trade.
Yeah.
But I just feel
So
like
why
this
do it?
you,
Why
you
even
don't
do
really
it?
move the needle. I don't know. I don't. I guess they see. Well, they're like he said they're in win now mode and they're betting on. I think no one really knows what he's going to look like at full time safety. He could be an all pro safety. You never know. He's a very rangy cornerback, very fast. He can cover a lot of field. So if you put him at free safety, you might
Yeah.
see a different type of player. So I think that's the thought behind it. And then Minka Fitzpatrick, they were going to move from Jalen Ramsey regardless. They needed to get him out of there. I mean, they kind of already made their mind up with that. But
Hmm.
I think Minka Fitzpatrick was probably a good replacement or the best replacement that they could probably get at the time. And I didn't realize it, but Minka Fitzpatrick played with them until I think he forced a trade after his rookie season, if I'm not mistaken, um, with the Dolphins. But
Hmm.
at the end of it, I just feel like it's a very even trade.
It's very even. The only thing that, and I'm trying to see if it's like a contract thing.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, that's the only thing that it would be. I mean, it would have to be a contract issue.
yeah. Can you
Because
see
he has.
can you see
I
the
I have
comments?
his. No, I can't.
Okay,
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I can. Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
Because Lincoln was like there was speculation that it was a player on the defense doing their own thing, and he said some of them speculated it was Minka, but I feel like Jalen Ramsey does his own thing too. So I don't. I mean, Jalen Ramsey's a good player, but I mean, oh, they got Johnu Smith too, but that was a separate trade.
yeah, that was a separate
Yeah,
trade. So I don't.
that was definitely a separate trade.
Well, one player
But
was doing their own, but doing their own thing. I mean, I guess. I mean,
uh,
and,
I still feel
and,
like
and Mika
it's
is
like
younger. Mika is younger, 2 years younger.
okay,
Mika's 28. Ramsey's 30.
that makes sense. And again, it makes sense why the Steelers. It would only make sense if the Steelers are playing him at safety because if they're in win now mode, they must believe that he can be a difference maker in their safety room. And I think Jalen Ramsey might really be, especially at his age now. I think he can probably be a really good free safety in this league.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have to tackle as much, so you're not like he's not he'll just be the anchor in the backfield of the defense, and he'll fly. You can
Mm.
have him fly around, make the right decisions. Now he's played a little bit of safety on and off in the league, but I don't know how he would look full time safety for the
Yeah.
Steelers. It'll be definitely interesting to see, man. Definitely, I'm just
Uh,
so ready for the season to start.
Same. I don't know if Michael uh said a comment. Who do you guys expect to be the most improved on both sides of the ball? I don't know if you saw the. I just don't know.
Oh, oh yeah, Michael up there. Um,
Yeah.
I think he was
Sorry, missed
referring
it.
to the Commanders.
Mm.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and answer that, but real
Go
quick,
ahead. Go
who do
ahead.
I expect to be most improved on both sides of the ball? Offensively, most improved. I think I would say JD5, but he already played so well last season. I do expect him to improve, but I don't think it's gonna be like a crazy jump. I'm really expecting
I would hope.
Brandon Coleman. He was our starting left tackle for most of the season last season. We moved him to left guard because we got Laramie Tunsil, which I think is his more natural position.
Hmm.
Um, so this is that'll I think he'll be like really really good at left guard. I think that'll be like the best improvement from last season to this season that we'll see offensively. Defensively, I'm expecting Mikey Sainer still to make a leap. Not to not I mean he had a pretty solid rookie season playing outside, but again,
Hmm.
he's going back to his more natural position in the slot where we can blitz him, which he did a lot at Michigan. He blitzed a lot from the slot position, and I think having him in the slot will is his more natural position, and I think he's gonna be a dog, man. I think he might make the Pro Bowl at slot. honestly.
Okay. A
So
couple things to wrap up, just because I know we're about to end the chat and everything or the stream. Um, excuse me. Did you watch any of the soccer games?
I didn't. I did not.
Okay. Okay.
I seen your boy got a chain though. I saw that on social media.
Oh, yeah, man.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Lamel?
yeah,
Yamel.
yeah, man.
Uh, and then I was reading the comments. Now, I don't know nothing about soccer or and I was reading the comments. They were saying he's taking the they were saying that that reminds him of what's that player's name? I forgot his name. Um
Ronaldo, Messi.
no, Neymar. They were saying he was
Mm,
taking his route because again, I don't know about soccer, but I guess they were trying to say like because he's throwing he's about to throw a secret party where he don't release the address until the day of the party, and he's buying chains and he's hanging out with all these celebrities. They were saying like he's taking
yeah,
the Neymar Junior route type thing, but
and he needs to
I
be
don't know
careful
what
because
that
see,
means.
dude is young. The dude is young.
Yeah, he's like
But the
16,
this.
right?
Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, he's like super young.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Bronny is playing Cooper Flag right now, and Bronny just hit a jumper
He's
admitting.
17. He's 17. Yeah, Bronny went
Okay.
off. My TikTok
No,
was
no,
blowing up.
they're playing right now.
No,
Cooper
I know they're
Flag.
playing right now, but like there was a game a couple games ago where Bronny went off
Yeah.
like in full stats and all that.
Hmm.
And then Mexico beat the U.S. in soccer in the Concacaf Cup.
U.S.
So that
soccer sucks though. We're trash.
it's the like
Like
I
I've
wouldn't say they're
never,
trash.
honestly,
They're in the middle. They're always like in the middle.
I've never
Like
seen
they're
us
not
win
good, but they're
anything.
not bad. Huh?
I've never seen us win anything though.
Well, you guys won. You guys do win. Like we do win the Concava, right? Like we do win the
Oh,
Concava, but that's about it.
Bronny
That
just hit a
they.
three.
Ooh, hey, it might be
He
one of
just
those
hit a
Bronny
three. He got
games.
5 points.
um, and then the G League is going on. Also, gotta give homage to the remarkable comeback of the year. This player, this athlete and his incredible journey from being kicked out of the league to being welcomed back in this year showed up on the 4th of July, Mr. Jaws himself. Right? Um, did you watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest?
Oh
Joey
yeah,
Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut, man.
70.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to Tony. I did watch Joey Chestnut. He's the goat of the hot dog eating contest. But I also watched um the chug challenge,
The
Badlands.
Badlands. That dude, the
Shout out to
beast.
Tony because when we took a trip to New York a few years ago for like some Fortnite shit, and I was tagging
Yeah.
along, and he showed me Badlands, and I was like I was engulfed into his YouTube page and all his chugging videos,
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to Tony for showing me that, bro. He's a legend. I didn't even know like that was part of the competition was chugging,
Yeah.
but yeah,
The lemonade. So yeah,
lemonade,
so
lemonade to it.
we saw some two legends on that day. Joey Chestnut came back. I don't know if you heard about the debacle from last year. I don't know if
Hmm.
you knew about that.
Oh, when
Um,
Joey didn't, I don't know why he didn't. I know he didn't perform. I just don't know why he didn't.
it's because he was like on some kind of like diet where he was like only eating vegan or like vegan hot dogs. And
Hmm.
obviously Nathan's like, no, you're not gonna be eating vegan hot dogs while everyone else is eating regular ones and whatnot. So he's like, well, then I'm not gonna do it. And
Yeah,
so
that doesn't make sense. That's not fair.
yeah, so then he did the whole Netflix thing. But then this year he felt good and felt ready that he could participate. They welcomed him back, and he showed up and showed why he is Joey Jaws Chestnut up in here. Sorry for messing up with people's speakers and audio volumes as I get excited about that legend. So yeah. So other than that, the Gold Cup is still going. I think there's one more game. They're still figuring out. I think the Club Gold Cup has been really actually pretty good. There's been some teams that have made it
I
into the later rounds
I
that
saw. I saw PSG
Hmm.
beat. Was it Manchester United? No, no, no.
They
It wasn't
no.
Manchester United.
Real
It
Madrid.
was Real Madrid. They beat them by like 5-0, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
think it was
scored like
four.
three
Fuck it.
goals in like 2 minutes or some shit like that.
Yeah,
20 minutes
I
or some
love
shit
it.
like that.
I love it. As a Barca fan, I fucking love it. Hold on. We got breaking. Well, not breaking news, but some insight. It was a vegan hot dog sponsorship. That's the reason why Joey Chestnut did not participate in the previous year in the hot dog eating contest. So
Mm.
so yeah. With that being said, I don't think there's anything else. We will go ahead and pick this up next week. We will
Okay.
do our wide receivers and talk about any sports news. Where will Giannis go? We didn't talk about NBA free agency. There's been a lot of movement.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we
He
can
was he was he was talking about with Speed today. He was talking about he said he wants to stay. I mean he wants to stay, but we'll see. Didn't look like he wanted to stay, but that's what he said. So
he needs to go. And I don't and then there was talks that maybe Jokic might or I don't think he signed his contract extension. I don't know what's
oh,
going
that's
on
because
there.
he's waiting until next year so he can get more money. But
Okay, give him more
that's what they
money.
usually do.
Well, then
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. So, all right, man. Hey, you have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful day. Everyone out there, you have a great day as well. Until next time.
Be easy,
Peace.
bro. Peace.